Saucier in anime.
The guys and I call it manifesting our territory. So far, I've gotten to a 10-meter radius around me. As long as I concentrate, everything inside it has to follow the rules I've set. Imagination turned to physical law. So, by that logic, if we incapacitate you, the rules will cease and he, a soul, will return to his body. I don't know. Maybe. No one's beaten me yet, so it hasn't come up.
That's it! I can't take any more of this rookie and his ego trip.
And his ego trip. And think about that, though. If you live, and again, like, microcosmic stories, speaking of a macrocosmic situation. So, again, within this small snippet of this anime explains a big snippet of our existence. You know, in so many ways. But again, just like the power of the imagination. And what happened was he created, you know, he had the power to create like his own world within, again, like he said, within a certain radius around himself. And in that world, he made it to where if you say the word hot, something would happen. And basically when you say the word hot, your soul would be taken or whatever. But again, like he made those rules. So, you know, and again, that goes back to us, you know, again, like where this realm is unique, where it allows for multiple different universes to exist within, you know, one physical world in essence. And, you know, it's like what it gave example of, one of the examples it gave of, one of the examples it showed in essence was the aspect of word magic, you know, in the sense of, you know, you say the word hot and then, you know, your soul was taken in his little world. But then also like how I've been bringing up, like not identifying with certain things, you know, like if you identify with being a rapper, or you identify with being a yoga instructor, or you identify with being, you know, black or whatever the case may be, you automatically, you know, you're basically agreeing to a universe or a realm, you know, you're agreeing to some rules. And basically, you know, if you're calling yourself that or like are overly identifying with that, you know, you would have to abide by those rules. And whenever you don't, you know, whatever in that realm controls that realm, you know, will come up to you and, you know, and be like, hey, why you not following the rules? Why you not following the black people rules? Why you not following the yoga rules? Why you not following the rapper rules? You know what I'm saying? Why you not following, you know, these rules that I set for this realm? You know what I'm saying? And if, again, and you could try to go to say like, oh man, you know, they tripping or, you know, they messing with me, but it's like, nah, in essence, you invited that situation by overly identifying with that position and the rules that come with that position. I digress. But yeah.
How do you stand these friends of yours, Suichi?
Yu Hakusho, old school.
They can't handle one smart conversation. It must get lonely. Still, you haven't chosen. Will you challenge me or go home? And now he's just trying to play us. He could be one of the real bad jerks we're looking for.
Right. I ain't get this
Leave
far.
it up to me. I'll check him.
And
Be
Yu
careful.
Hakusho, when it first came out, I never made it this far, but
Nobody outside us knows my power. If he's a real mind reader, he
matter of fact, before I even, but basically, it's at a part where somebody's trying to open a portal between, and it's, you know, it's the same stories, you know, over and over in essence. Somebody trying to open a portal from the demon world to the earth plane. And wherever that portal is, like the city that the portal is located at, a lot of the beings, aka even some of the regular humans, are gaining like psychic powers and things of this nature, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing like the relevance and connections with anime and, you know, what's going on right now.
Let me trap him by stomping on his shadow.
You want to get beaten up? Just come on over.
They're trying to see if this guy could read minds.
There's way too much at stake.
And what was tight too, that's another thing. Like, that was pretty cool. Genkai, the little teacher, if y'all familiar with Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, of course she taught like a lot of fighting styles and stuff like that, but also the ability to be aware of your extrasensory perception. But long story short, she put Yusuke Urameshi through like a little test to basically test his ability to be aware of extrasensory perception ways of battle. Like, so instead of like, you know, in so many words, she's like, yeah, you could punch and kick and do this, but what about when you got to battle against something where it takes more mental strength or mental awareness, or more extrasensory perception awareness and how to deal with it, you know. And that was pretty cool that she put him through that to show him, like, all right, yeah, you could, you know, be Bruce Lee on the physical fighting level, but are you Bruce Lee on the extrasensory perception level, you know?
His territory.
And you find out that the dude really is a mind reader. I do not own the rights to this cartoon and this clip that I'm showing.
Are you okay? You almost got me, kiddo. My shadow was right there. What?
He knew. He really did read my mind. Okay, I'll just leave my money here.
Don't
Again,
call
same
the police
themes as
just till you
X-Men,
find out
you know,
what
in
came
essence.
of it. So, anyone else game?
I'll throw a straight right jab at him.
Turning up his...
But stop short just before I hit his...
So, this Yusuke Urameshi, the main character, and basically the other character told him to attack him. And so the other character, he's reading his mind, seeing what Yusuke, you know, is thinking, and Yusuke just thinking constantly, I'm going to throw one short jab at him and then stop right before I hit his face.
Face. I'll throw a straight right jab at him. I'll stop short just before I hit his face. I'll throw a straight right jab at him, but I'll stop short just before I hit his face.
And this also make me bring up again when I would talk about the dynamics of telepathy, and like what I would speak on if I had like a thought, like a negative thought pop up about somebody or something like that, I would immediately send the, you know, a thought to clear that energy, you know what I'm saying, in my energy field. Because again, in some cases we're directly communicating, you know what I'm saying, like on a telepathic level where it's like boom, it's like quantum communication without no quote unquote time lag. But then you got the aspect of like reading a person's mental field. Like I feel like, and that's kind of like in essence what's happening right here is like, you know, he's reading the mental field, because I know Yusuke Urameshi not necessarily just thinking over and over, you know, that phrase or whatever, you know. But again, just the different sciences.
Right jab, I'll stop short just before I hit his face. Right jab, I'll stop short.
He really is telling the truth. Poor misguided chump.
Just before I hit his face. I'll throw a straight right jab.
I just have to stand my
Before
ground.
I hit his face. Here goes.
What happened? I didn't see any contact.
That was 30% of his power.
Can't say I didn't warn the guy, except for that whole shockwave thing. Okay, it's your turn. Let's see what this guy does on the weekends.
Yeah, right.
See, and that guy there, he a
Got
shapeshifter.
it?
He doesn't know anything. Just a guy like us.
That's another thing too. I gotta speak on like how shapeshifting ain't all negative. Like being able to shapeshift is not just a bad thing. Because when we hear it, it's always brought up a lot of times in the like oh, that person is like a snake or a chameleon, like, you know, like shapeshifting is always bad in essence, and it's not.
And I'm the only one here you've called by name.
In a crowd like this, who do you hear?
They don't really picking up on
that's within
thoughts.
30 yards of me.
Every thought that's in
It all
30
comes at
yards.
once, like it's one big conversation.
I bet I may see.
She looked at me. Oh, she's hot.
The more intense the thought, the louder it sounds to me. Like it screamed over a crowded room. It's painful sometimes.
Tough luck. Don't be a baby about it. Now you've got some
Check everyone's thoughts.
To
and
the
tell us if you hear
impact, don't
something
be
weird.
such a
But don't show it on
baby.
your face and do not make eye contact with them. They have powers too. They'll sense they're in your territory just like we did.
Now,
That's another thing speaking on territory too. Like again, like
found one.
basically our Taurus field or basically our range of extrasensory perception.
she's going to make out with her teacher. We've got to stop her, or what?
We're trying to save humanity.
Hey, wait a sec. You really want to kill me?
Did you have to read my mind to figure that one out?
And I might help him.
No, please, I'm sorry.
Your ass parks here until you find something.
Yes, sir.